I present to you Ravenwood High School's valedictorian, Kaili-May.
Before I begin, I want to say thank you to Dr. Vaden, Dr. Gorakovsky, our wonderful teachers, volunteers, and the Williamson County School Board. We also thank our parents, and let's have a round of applause. And we especially won't forget to thank them again when we move back in with them in 4 years. I am honored to be here before you as we enjoy this day of celebration. As we move on to the next stage of our lives, I want to challenge us to think beyond. Now, there are a lot of ways that we can interpret the phrase, think beyond. But today, I want us to focus on 3 specific points. First, we should think beyond by looking past the immediate future. A person who studied math and French at West Virginia State College and who took a humble job as a human computer went on to become a pioneering mathematician and research scientist at NASA. She looked beyond the immediate future. Her name is Katherine Johnson, and her work was integral to launching John Glenn into orbit around the Earth. Another person dropped out of his graduate studies in computer science in order to start a $1 trillion company that is now one of the largest companies in the world. His name is Larry Page, and he is one of the founders of Google. Another student who left high school with poor grades and decided to attend a small community college in California as a step toward improving his education. His name is Tom Hanks, and he said that Chabot College made me what I am today. What do these people have in common? Regardless of their gender, their career path, or the time period in which they lived, they thought beyond by looking past the immediate future. Yes, a college, gap year, or work are coming. But we should think beyond what is next, whether it's college or not. What we do in the immediate future, what we do next, is a stop on a train and not the final destination. Next, we should think beyond by aiming higher. Michelangelo once said that the greatest danger for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that our aim is too low and we reach it. George Yancopoulos, co-founder of the Fortune 500 company Regeneron Pharmaceuticals and the sponsor of the Regeneron Science Talent Search, told me that if everything you do ends up as a success, then you are not reaching high enough. But perhaps the best advice comes from Leslie Brown, author and motivational speaker, who said, "Shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you will still be among the stars." And lastly, we should think beyond what we do to ensure that we are doing good in the world. Improve the lives of others. Now, there are small things we can do. We can say thank you to those who believe in us. We can offer sincere apologies to those we let down. Or we can give an unexpected yet much needed compliment. There are also big things we can do to solve problems like the fact that 35% of the world's population does not have access to clean water, or the fact that nearly 1 billion people around the world today are undernourished, do not have enough access to food to sustain a healthy lifestyle, or the fact that 200 million people have malaria, a disease that is preventable and curable if we rise to the occasion. These are the problems that we should be solving as a global community. At the same time, it's important to note that we can truly do well by doing good. And we should, because life is a gift, and the true pleasure is in unwrapping this gift and sharing it with others. In the words of Rosalind Hudnall, president of Intel Foundation, and Maya Echmera, the president and CEO of the Society for Science and the Public, we should challenge ourselves to think beyond barriers and beyond who and what we already know. We should think beyond ourselves and even differences of language, culture, and appearance. And we should find things that truly bring us together. The world is facing intractable problems, and it will be up to us to solve these problems by thinking beyond. And so, with all this in mind, let us think beyond, and let us make a difference.